Now that hype is gone, or, in most cases gone. Honestly, I think that's one of the best things that happened to the watch market. A few years ago, it felt like almost everything could go up. New releases, limited editions, random dial variations. People weren't necessarily buying watches because they loved them. A lot of people were buying momentum. And when everything is moving, it's easy to confuse hype with demand. The problem is that hype eventually fades. And that's exactly what we've been seeing time and time again. From what we see every day, buying, selling, trading, consigning, sourcing, and servicing watches, today's market looks very different from how it did even a few years ago. Buyers are more selective, collectors are more patient, and perhaps most importantly, people are becoming much harder to impress. And that's why I think the most interesting question today isn't what's hot. It's more of what are collectors still buying after the hype disappears. That's the important question, because that's where the real conviction tends to show up when it comes to this game of watches. Take something like a Rolex Daytona. Love it, hate it, argue about it in the comments, do whatever you want to do. The reality is collectors continue still buying them, not because they're the newest thing, not because they're trending, because decades later people still want them. And that's a very different type of demand. The same thing happens with certain Sky-Dwellers like green dial, blue dial, arguably white dial, especially configurations that collectors continue to chase after years, not because social media told them to, because they genuinely believe in the watch. Then you move into big boy pieces like a Patek 5711, whether it's on steel or in gold. Certain Nautilus references continue attracting serious interest despite the market cooling dramatically from Patek. And why is that? Well, because collectors understand what those watches represent, not just what they cost. I think that's a distinction many buyers miss. Collectors don't usually fall in love with prices, especially on a 5711. I mean, you're talking anywhere between, 110 and 150 for steel and more for gold. They definitely don't fall in love with prices. They fall in love with significance. The same thing applies to a watch like an AP 16202 Jumbo. One of the reasons serious collectors continue respecting the watch is that the appeal goes beyond the market. The proportions, the history, the design language, the importance of the reference itself, the history behind it. Those things don't disappear just because the market conditions change. And I think that's the biggest lesson today's market is teaching people. When the hype leaves, conviction gets exposed. Some watches survive, some don't. Some continue attracting buyers. Others struggle once the excitement moves on. And honestly, that's healthy because it forces people to think differently. Instead of asking the question, what's everybody buying? Collectors begin asking, why are people still buying? Or what are people still buying? What is a better question? I think that's up for you to decide, but why are people still buying is important. And from what we're seeing, the watches continue to attract the strongest long-term investment are usually the ones that never depend entirely on hype in the first place. The market may change, trends may change, premiums change. Significance tends to last a lot longer. If you're thinking about buying, selling, trading, sourcing, consigning a watch, or just want a second opinion on the move you're about to make, we're always happy to help. Honestly, our team will help you. I'll help you. We'll spell it out to you, plain and simple, and tell you what's best for you rather than what's best when it comes to sales. But let me know what you think. What's one watch you believe collectors will care about 10 years from now? Or put all your predictions below. My name's Chris, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.